How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing the DC Comics event, The Culling. Let's get into it. The Culling consists of 7 issues. We got 3 prelude issues and 4 issues of the main event. The preludes kick off with Superboy number 8. Superboy takes on the seemingly unbeatable metamorph named Grunge. Caitlin Fairchild steals a shuttle pod from Star Labs while Detective Jocelyn Lure watches on. Rose Wilson subdues Solstice and brings her to Harvest. Superboy ends up defeating Grunge, and when he comes to, he wakes up in the colony with Terra and Beast Boy staring him down, ready for a fight. The story continues at Legion Lost number 8. Timberwolf's actions of attacking New York gangsters has put the Legion Lost on Nowhere's radar. Harvest sends a squad of his Ravagers to round up the Legionnaires. Story continues in Teen Titans number 8. A character named Omen probes the Teen Titans' deepest fears as she preps them for the culling. Once she's done going through all the minds and the deepest fears of the Teen Titans, Harvest dubs them his new Ravagers, and he has one of his members transport them down into the colony. Story kicks off in full here in Teen Titans Annual number 1. The Teen Titans regroup, and they end up meeting up with other meta-teens down on the colony. Then the Teen Titans get put into battle against the Legionnaires from Legion Lost. However, both teams decide to come together, and they decide to go against Harvest and Nowhere. Harvest, having predicted this outcome, uses some sort of mental waves or whatever to put the rest of the meta teens' minds in a frenzy so that the Teen Titans and Legion Lost have no choice but to fight the other teens. The Teen Titans and the Legion Lost, like I said, they team up to battle the other teens, but they take it easy on them. This does not please Harvest, so Harvest sends in the Ravagers. Next issue, Superboy number 9, where we see Superboy and Dawnstar team up to take out a character named Warblade. For some reason, Timberwolf attacks Kid Flash, causing Tellius to intervene on Kid Flash's behalf. The Ravagers ultimately fall to the combined efforts of the two teams, and Harvest joins the battle. Legion Lost number 9. The two teams end up splitting up here. One team takes on Harvest, while the other team leads the rest of the meta teens out of the colony and the Nowhere facility to safety. Caitlin Fairchild shows up, and she ends up battling Rose. Gates ends up discovering a time bubble in the Nowhere facility, and Harvest defeats Wildfire. Then we come to the final issue here in Teen Titans number 9. The Teen Titans give it their all against Harvest, while the Legion goes to the center of the station to blow up the core. Harvest ends up telling Red Robin that this was all part of his plan, and his new Ravagers will do his bidding all around the globe. After which, he then flees the battle. The Legion teleport out, and the Teen Titans wash up on a mysterious island. Turns out that the Culling was nothing more than just a battle royal at a time when battle royals were at an all-time high, right? Like the Hunger Games series coming out. That was a battle royal series. I don't think Fortnite was out yet at this point, but who knows? Point is, I should have saw this coming and I didn't. The fact that it was a battle royal was kind of disappointing because it wasn't much of a battle royal here. But some of the things that I did like about the series was that we got a lot of secrets revealed. For instance, we learned that when Omen was probing Wonder Girl's mind, we learned that her armor and her whip is like slowly draining her and killing her. So the more she uses her powers, the more detrimental it is to her overall health. Also, we have the mystery of Kid Flash. Why did Timberwolf go after him? We learn in the book that Timberwolf recognized his scent. So we know that Kid Flash, Bart Allen traditionally is from like the 31st century, and I'm pretty sure that's where the Legion is from as well. But who knows? It's just New 52 after all. It could be all new stuff. So the fact that he would have such a violent reaction to the scent of Kid Flash and go after him in this battle royal scenario makes you wonder, what's really up with that. Also, we learned that Harvest is using 31st century technology. That's how he was able to build the colony underneath the nowhere base in Antarctica where he holds these cullings. And this wasn't the first culling, there was many before, but this is just the one that we happen to be focused on right here, right now. So, as for some things that I didn't really care for about the event, as far as like character deaths go, we only got like two jobber deaths. Some kids that you don't really know about. You get introduced in this book. They're like bullies. Of course, they get taken out. Uh, all the enemies escape. All the enemies escape. So no one's really held accountable. Harvest escapes. His Ravagers escape. Rose Wilson escapes. I thought she might be captured and turned to like the good side here, but no, she lives to kill another day. Uh, who is Harvest? I still don't know. He's just this weird guy with these angel wings. I don't know if he's a Wildstorm creation character. Because I did do some looking into like Caitlin Fairchild. I knew her from somewhere, but I didn't know where. Turns out she's a Wildstorm character, and she was in this book called I think Generation 13, where it was all these teens that were being collected, pitted against each other, kind of like the Harvest, right? And it turns out that series was written by Scott Lobdell, at least in part. So it makes perfect sense why Scott Lobdell, brought into DC during the New 52, would have this story like this, the premise, right? I said I really enjoy the premise of Harvest collecting these meta teens, trying to control the next generation of supers. And it turns out the storyline is straight out of Wildstorm. It went over my head. I didn't realize that at first, but now that I know it, it's starting to come together and make a little bit more sense. But as far as Harvest is, who he is, I still don't know. No explanation as of yet. And that's a disappointment in this event. Also, what does nowhere mean? What does it stand for? We still don't know. Just a big ass acronym. Also, here we get the introduction of the characters of Beast Boy and Terra. Now, Terra, I'm really only familiar with her from the Flashpoint event where she was being used by not Aquaman, the Amazons to like rise up New Themyscira Island, which used to be the United Kingdom. So I know she has like Earth powers, and they're clearly on display here. And we also get the New 52 introduction of Beast Boy, who used to be a Teen Titan pre New 52, but here turns out he was trapped in the colony the whole time, and he escapes here with the rest of the Teen Titans, and the Legion lost is Superboy, and he goes on to join a new book that we're going to be talking about next. So all you Beast Boy fans out there, I guess you finally got your wish. You got your character back. So overall, with the culling just being like a battle royal where the two hero teams team up and they save all the rest of the kids, it wasn't really much of a battle royal. So it was disappointing from that standpoint. The fact that all the villains get away, we don't get any answers, and it spins off into another series where you're like, oh, now I gotta buy another book. Are you kidding me? Uh, but overall, with the art, Brett Booth here was on an issue. Great stuff from Brett, of course. Uh, everything led to this, and now everything's spinning out of this. I'm eager to see where it goes next. I can see why DC didn't give this like a standalone event book. It really wasn't like much of an event. So I'm gonna go ahead and give The Culling 4 out of 5. It's enjoyable. You'll like it if you've been reading the previous series that lead into it. Eager to see, like I said, what spins out of it. That'll ultimately decide, the fate of the book. Was it worth it or not? So until next time, I'll see you there.